Okay, so we've travelled up to Barnsley today to meet none other than the dream maker, Dimitri Van Den Bergh. How are you doing, Dimitri?
I'm okay, thank you, and welcome to Barnsley.
Part of your progress, I think you've moved over to the UK a couple of years ago from Belgium, grew up in Antwerp. How did you find the transition moving to the UK, and what's the kind of toughest things you've had to adapt to?
In this situation, I've got to say a few massive thank yous. First of all, to my missus. She's the one that backed me up straight away to support me in my dream, and I also got to say a big thank you very much to Belgian Heta and Damon Heta, because obviously with them together we found the place. They've put a whole lot of work in behind the scene, because obviously we were just stuck in Belgium, and they were driving up and down, seeing new places, and they were up for it. They said maybe you just combine the rent for every month and we can get a bigger place. So we did it. So we found something nice, and it made the time of Corona during the combination of playing pro so much easier, so much better. Straight away I had one of the world's best practice partners. My manager also just loved everything about it, because it was a house that was only focused on darts.
Yeah, the House of Darts.
So, House of Darts in Leicester.
Right. And obviously, I don't think we know yet about next year's Premier League, but how confident are you that you'll be involved and hopefully this time make it to finals day and get in the top four?
Well, 100%. I would love to be back in there. I would love to be picked again. That alone is already a huge honor, because you've got 128 professionals on the tour that do whatever they can, and obviously they want to have that dream as well to be selected for Premier League. It ain't easy, but I also know that I've got already a few good results this year. And you just got to keep your feet on the ground, keep trying your best, and the most important thing is shine on the majors. If you do great stuff on the majors, then they know that you're a great player under an amount of pressure where a lot of people watching you. You can still perform, you can still show that you're a world-class player, and that's what they want to see on a regular base, and that will give them the feeling as if we put him in, he will always show up, he will always turn up, he will perform, he will not be afraid or scared of huge crowds.
That's it. I think the fact that you're charismatic up on the yoki, and the crowd react to you, and you have some good relationships, I think that also gives you an extra boost when it comes to the Premier League.
I think this year as well, I enjoyed it so much. I was a lot of times a lot nervous, so I was smiling loads more. It was just an unbelievable experience to have, because obviously my first time that I was picked for Premier League was, I think, the start of COVID, or maybe
it was 2 years. There was a gap, wasn't there?
Must have been in Premier League, more closer to the end then. Which we was playing in blocks, 4 days, 5 days, 3 days, stuff like that. It wasn't the full experience of Premier League normally gives you, but I've done a great result there, and now I've played it in this way, which is, it's a whole lot harder. You're more away from home. You still want to be on top of your game every weekend in, because obviously you play there and you continue to the next tournament. You're just trying to observe, not observe, to take everything in.
Absorb it all.
Absorb, that's the word. Absorb everything that's happening, everywhere you're going, and in the long shot it needs to make you a better player. And I took a whole lot from that, and I do feel that mentally I'm a whole lot stronger.
So looking forward to the next time. Do you think the team will be the same? Will be you and Kim, or do you think it will be anything different?
I know that from our other Belgian players that we've got on the tour, they're very motivated to also perform for their country. They also would like to wear the national colors. So
I'm sure. So a big honor.
I'll just do my very best to make sure I'm in it. And I'll just see who is going to be my partner. But from the start till now, I've always had a partner up with Kim. There were years that he was number one of Belgium, and then at some point it turned around and he was number two for Belgium, but it was always me and him.
It's good to have the rivalry there. I suppose it must spur you both on, because you both want to be the number one of Belgium, right?
100%, but it's not only about being number one of Belgium, it's also being number one of the world.
Of course.
So we've got bigger causes that we are focused on, but if you're allowed to play for your country, if you're getting picked to get this honor, then
In terms of players changing their darts and switching them up, we see Peter Wright doing it so often. Does that surprise you still that he still hasn't settled down? Because obviously you've got your own darts you seem pretty happy with.
Yeah, I'm always one of them that likes to put work in with one set of darts. I believe that getting yourself to the class is because you got to work with it, not because you change your equipment. Changing equipment always shows me a bit of weakness, that believes that you're not using the right material. Now, obviously, that's my way of looking at it. I've also had a few chats with Pete about it, and well, just very simple. The guy has got over 350 sets of darts in his house.
Yeah.
I know in COVID that I put myself on the ground and I was like, you know what? Bring every set of darts you've got in this place. Bring it to me. I want to check it out. I want to know exactly how many. And I think it was like 366 sets of darts or something. But that was then. Yeah, we're already a few years further, and
500 now.
Oh, I tell you what, I think he said the same already to me. Oh, I'm probably around the 500 sets of darts, and for him it feels that he can play with darts to a certain potential, but he also says until that potential he cannot go further, but he can with a different dart, and that's where he strongly believes in. And he also feels that every day you sleep different, every day you're a different man, so why not play with a different dart?
Interesting.
Stuff like that.
Psychology of darts is obviously a big thing, isn't it?
Mentally, you need to be prepared to play professional. Yeah, you need to make sure that you can handle pressure. You need to make sure that you can play in front of people. You need to make sure that you can not get yourself winded up because of mind games of players or tricks of players. And yeah, you need to make sure that you are strong and believing in your own ability.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot is here.
I hear what you're saying there, and in terms of someone who's obviously gets the crowds, well, gets the stick from the crowd, Gezi Price, and he came out with the ear defenders on that time.
Yeah.
What did you make of that? Do you think that's just him that's his personality coming out, that's him being a bit, do you think he feeds off the crowd, or do you think it negatively affects him?
When the crowd supports him, he definitely feeds off it. You can see him raising his game. One of them as well, put him on his A game when he's speaking. You need to be cut out of very strong wood to freaking beat whatever he's showing you. It's wow, it's incredible what he can do. But yeah, when he's against him, when the crowd is booing him, that's a tough one for him, because obviously he's also there to try and provide for his family. And I've heard and seen some nasty things, but fair play to him. Whatever he done there with those sort of headphones or ear protectors, that was him standing up for himself, and that's how I know him. When it needs to be done, he will stand up for himself and he will let people know, right, end off with it now. I'm sick of it.
I don't think you'll ever have to resort to the ear defenders. I think you've got...
You never know.
Well,
you never know. I cannot make everybody happy. That's what I do know. But
most people seem to be on your side, though, and that's credit to your personality.
Where is wood? Touch wood.
Touch wood. Yeah. Moving away from darts to some slightly more random questions. When I was in Belgium, I noticed on the trains there's lots of colourful graffiti on the trains, and they seem to be happy just to let the trains run with graffiti on. Oh no! Whereas in England, they clean it off straight away, and the taxpayers pay for the graffiti to be cleaned. What would you prefer to be? Would you see the relaxed attitude in Belgium, or would you prefer it over here?
What I do know is that because of a lot of people, a lot of kids, youngsters, female, male, I don't really know. I also don't really care about that. They did do a lot of graffiti things on all of these trains. So they came up with, you know what? We will make a huge wall next to the railways, a huge wall, and everybody just was allowed to do their thing.
Oh, like a big community project.
Yeah, just to get these people to do what they want to do, but away from doing it on property of the government.
Okay.
So that's what I know that they've done, which I really support. I think that people that want to do graffiti, they're so creative. I really think they do some great art, and sometimes there's a nice strong message behind it, but don't do it on property of other people.
So not on the trains.
No, I agree. I would like to see as well trains without graffiti, because it does shows a bit as if we're in the Bronx or something.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Doesn't show safety.
No. I suppose it's intimidating to some people, maybe.
So, yeah, especially if you're like me now with dad, a little kid. Then
of course, yeah.
You overthink everything now, and the only thing that you want to do is make sure your family is safe.
Yeah,
so stuff like that.
How are you feeling? How are you finding dad life?
It's definitely challenging. It's a whole new world. My little girl obviously keeps growing. She's keep learning a lot, building up her own character. But in general, it's just every time when you wake up and you hear that voice or you see that smile, then your world is just as even more perfect than you thought it was before.
Oh, that's nice to hear, man.
100%. I'm a huge family man, so having my own little family is one of my other dreams compared to being a professional dart player.
And plans for any more, or just keeping it small?
That's all entitled to the missus.
Okay,
she's the one that literally...
She's in charge.
It's 95% of, doing, how do you call it? Taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
That's what she does, 95% of it. Because I'm constantly gone.
Exactly, yeah.
When can I do it?
You're
so
out there
when she's ready, we'll go for a second one.
Fair enough. And in terms of football, were you a fan of Royal Antwerp when you were over there growing up, or...?
100% I've always known about Royal Antwerp because my dad is a huge fan.
Is he? Okay.
Runs
in the family.
My dad is a crazy. He's not really crazy about Royal Antwerp, but he always, when it was a team, was watching them.
Yeah.
But then I've got my godfather. Yeah, he's full on Antwerp.
Okay.
For the last 10 years, my mom is fully into Royal Antwerp FC. Funny thing is that I've got a grandfather, but I had a grandfather, unfortunately he passed away, it must have been last year, February 15th. He passed away, but he was 50 years long a steward at
really?
the biggest rivals of Royal Antwerp in Belgium. And I've always watched them, I've always watched Antwerp. When it comes to Champions League, then I always like to see the Belgium teams play when it's international. I want the Belgium football to do well.
Of course.
That's what I want. But obviously,
team,
now, for some reason, I don't know why, I feel so much more connected with Royal Antwerp FC. Like, I'm actively following it, which I have not really done in my past.
Okay.
And it happened, funny enough, also because of Ronnie Huybrechts and Kim Huybrechts. They took me 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, with them to the stadium, to the Boshal, and
nice.
I watched Antwerp play, and since then you just
feel more involved, more connected.
Yeah, you feel more involved. It's just the feeling of being there in that stadium and watching. It's so different.
Yeah.
It definitely sparked something alive in me.
There must have been a big party in your household when they won the league last season, right? On the last day.
Oh, well, how about we won all 3 the cups?
Oh, the cups as well.
We've done a triple. We've done a triple, yeah.
Okay, but
we won the league after 66 years.
I was going to say, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. And then, cherry on the cake, we're qualified now for the Champions League. Now we're playing 100 years old.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is really, really cool. And I just want them to do well. Like, funny enough, I'm actually following them actively. It's really cool.
Good. So the dream maker, and they're making dreams come true for their fans as well. So
they're doing it. They're doing an amazing job. Proud of the RAFC.
Excellent. All right. I think that wraps it up pretty well. Dimi, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for speaking to us. And best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.